Right, students, take a seat. My name is Professor Lando, and in today's lecture, we're going to be talking about horse girls.
Horse girls, which I'll never be. Sorry. Sorry I can't be her. Sorry, I'll never be Gold, whatever her name is.
As the name suggests.
BGM on? Right. How do I forget something? Every time I thought I had it good this time. I thought I did a good job. It's okay, we're fine.
A horse girl is part horse and part girl. But what do we mean by that? Well, let's break this down so you have a firm grasp of what we're talking about.
If there was a girl that was part horse and part girl, then would the front part with the head be the horse part? And then the back was like, she has like human legs, so she stands on two legs? Or would it be more like the centaur, where it's like the human front and then the back is the horse legs? Which one?
Talking about, we can start.
I think Umamusume would somehow be even more based if it was centaur girls.
With some examples.
Centaur
Recently, we've seen
Musume!
the rise in popularity
It's
of a
her.
piece of media
Gold
called
ship.
Umamusume, which is a series and game wherein real-life racehorses are personified as humanoid anime girls.
This is just like Italia, but for men.
Race like a racehorse.
Do they piss like a racehorse?
Sing and dance as well. And
he's avoiding the
interestingly
subject.
Enough, this is not the first time in human history where a fictionalized piece of media depicting horse girls has become immensely popular with the public.
What's the other one?
I'm talking about
My Little
Pony Friendship is Magic, which
How
is
did I forget? How could I forget?
Horse girls, or horse-like creatures like unicorns, that although initially marketed towards children, has found itself uniquely popular with an adult audience who vary
If you make
in
a
their
good
degree of
story,
suspicious
anybody will
intent.
like it.
And it should be noted that these individual adults who find themselves particularly interested in My Little Pony are often referred to by others and themselves as bronies.
Bronies!
Now, the enthusiasm
I remember
for
those.
horse girls in such a manner is so widespread that there is even unique vocabulary that has found its
Everything
way
does
into
go
the
back to My Little
lexicon
Pony.
of the everyday man.
This is true if you're on the internet.
Of horse girls, and that word is clopping, which is a verb that refers to pleasuring oneself.
All right, so I'm sorry, guys. I didn't know it would come in within the first 2 minutes of the video, so I'm gonna need you guys to lock in. This is a very mature subject, so no snickering in the classroom, no joking, no passing notes, no taking photos. Pay attention. This is history in the making.
Is
Clopping.
clopping, which is a verb that refers to pleasuring oneself or
laughing!
otherwise engaging in an indulgent way to media of My Little Pony. And it should be noted that the word clopping comes from
I hesitate to call it
the onomatopoeia
natural.
of a horse's hooves. Clopping.
Which is pretty
and the
crazy.
fact that this has found its way into the vernacular of the people really highlights how much this enthusiasm is widespread and is in fact not a one-off niche thing on the internet.
Have you
And
partaken in this art?
This is
I am proud to announce that I have never clopped my hooves, no.
not the last example of fictionalized horse girls being popular
You're lost.
in
Mods,
modern
get 'em!
times. Very recently, there was an online obsession with something called the
Wait, I
horse
like this. This
race
is cute.
tests, which were a series
is so
of race simulations ran on Twitter.com.
Can we play this?
featuring
Dude, we should play
these
this. We should do
blob-like
the stream.
characters that represented
Yeah, welcome sponsors.
horses.
You
And
should have
in
known what you were
line
getting
with the
into.
premise of this lecture, people online fell
Let this be a lesson. Let this be a lesson that if you go to Mythic Talent and you choose which like talents you want to sponsor based on like something very arbitrary, like I don't know, a view count or something, that this is what you get. You get her reacting to the ethics of horse girl gooning before your stream portion, okay?
absolutely in love.
Gotta
and
do a
became
little
obsessed
research. You
with
gotta do a little
these
research.
blob characters. Now, before we delve deeper, you students must be wondering, Professor Orlando, those examples you went over are very
What am I
different
wondering?
kinds of horse girls, and you might not be sure what counts as a horse girl and what doesn't. So let's go over a very easy visual scale for reference. So here we have a visual representation.
Oh my god. Okay, I disagree. I disagree with the scale he's created. I think that MLP should be in the center, and I think Centaur should be here. Reason I think that is because the MLP ponies are extremely cartoon. They're not even horse-sized. They barely resemble horses in the first place to me. I would put them in the middle. However, Centaur quite literally has half of a fucking horse body. Like, you cannot get past the point that this is literally a horse torso, trunk, whatever you want to call it. That's a fucking cartoon that is like a bastardization of what a horse looks like. This is closer to a horse than this. That's my opinion. Debate it until I guess the cows come home, or the horses in this case. I won't change my mind.
Of the horse girl scale, which you can reference to determine what kind of horse girl you might be
Why does
encountering.
the human look like that?
So here on the far end, we have a horse that is just a literal horse, an animal. Moving on, we have My Little Pony, which is, for all extensive purposes, physically a horse or some sort of horse-like creature, but with human intelligence or
it's an
otherwise some
uwu
intangible
horse.
human traits. And then moving forward even more, we have
Northern Lion? Who the fuck are these? How do you know these people's names?
Split, represented by a centaur, which is,
right.
Of course, most of you would know, half human, half horse. And commonly the horse part being the bottom part, and the human part being the top. And then we have horse girls like the Umamusume characters that are—
I'm sorry, but like if you're going for centaur, you have absolutely no choice but to engage with horse. Word, okay? You have no choice. It's not a decision you get to make.
pretty much just
Hussy is crazy!
with some very minor
Bringing a
horse-like
new
physical qualities,
definition
like
to the word
ears and
hussy.
tail, with most of the horse-like traits being intangible ones, like their origins and their actions, like horse racing. And then on the far
Cindy,
end
thank
of
you for the 3-month
opposite
sub. I
side,
appreciate
you have
it.
something that is
Wow,
not
3
a
months.
horse.
Yay.
This is human.
Right?
And so what we have here
Me,
is
but
a
like with demon horns
scaling
and cute
representation of
ears.
horse girls and their varying degrees of horsiness. And in tandem with this visual horse girl scale,
Centaurs are the
we can
same as
overlay a
mermaids?
different
Well, yeah, because, like, if you want to fuck a centaur, clearly you're into horses. And if you want to fuck a mermaid, clearly, every time you see those fishing videos on TikTok, you're watching a little bit too long and a little bit too intently.
scale to come to a conclusion about something very important in this classroom. So what we are going to overlay on top of the horse girl visual scale is the scale of ascending goon ethicality, where you have here on the far end unacceptable goonage,
Unacceptable
being acceptable
goonage.
from the mainstream public at the very least. And as we move along, the ethicality and acceptance of the goonage taking place.
Now, this is very simplified. This is overly simplified, okay? There's so many situations where the goon ethicality of a given situation changes based on factors, okay? Like, he's got human all the way over here, but do you want to know what? He hasn't realized that if you're in Lucy Pyre's community and you're gooning to humans, it's actually all the way over here because you're only supposed to like Lucy. So again, you know, it's about the context of the situation.
Increases to the far end over here, which would be acceptable. So as you can see, as we move forward, with horses being largely unacceptable,
literal horse.
I believe illegal, actually. As we move forward into the fictional realm and varying degrees of horsage being added to the character, we have increasing acceptance, or at the very least, ethicality of goonage. Most scholars would agree that the previous model is—
All right, let's settle this right here. This guy says that you're middle of the road on ethics if you like centaur girls. So expose yourself if you're not a fucking coward. Press 1 to be a centaur girl fucker, and press 2 to reject that reality.
a little outdated for the purpose of analyzing the distribution of horse
Wow,
girlness.
chatty.
And
That's
in
a
recent
lot of
times, we've
ones.
developed a new diagram
lot
to
of
help
ones.
properly describe the distribution. Wow. So this is going to be a Venn diagram model of
Horse
the
girl
horse
distribution.
Girl
Okay.
distribution. So just like the previous diagram, here on the far end,
Lot
we are
to
going to
think
have
about with you, chatty.
horses.
Lot to think
And
about.
on the opposite side of the spectrum, we're going to have humans.
Humans,
now,
okay.
The previous diagram assumes a linear distribution when it comes to horse to human ratio. But like I said, the nuance here
Wow, this
proves
is
to be a more
complex.
complex model. So when you have horses here and you think of, at the very least, the physical qualities of something like My Little Pony, The overlap of physical qualities of My Little Pony characters and literal horses is going to be much closer to one another than things on the opposite end of the spectrum, like Umamusume.
Yeah, well, guess what? Horses and humans both have teeth. They both have hair. They both have blood in their bodies. Yeah, they're both mammals. They both have eyes. They have a lot in common, you know? They have a lot in common.
Which is going to be much more similar to a human than it is going to be close to My Little Pony
Bones,
or
true?
literal horses.
True.
And in the middle, and similar to the previous diagram, we're going to have a category that much better overlaps as many horse girl categories as possible, and we believe that this diagram is the best representation for it. Of course, we are talking about.
So those of you who would fuck a centaur girl, would you change your mind if like her moans just sounded like neighing? Like would that be a deal breaker for you? Press 1 to deal break, press 2 to proceed.
Centaurs, which have a little bit of everything. Did I spell that right? No, I did not. Centaurs, which is going to overlap a little bit with My Little Pony, overlap a little bit with actual horses, and definitely leans
Why
into
is
more
he making
human
it look like a
qualities, of course,
Pinor?
being
Am I
centaur
crazy?
half and half, and sharing a little bit of the traits of something like Umamusume characters. And again, that is going to be centaurs right there. In short, people really like horse girls. And for some reason or another, our civilization seems to be drawn to depicting these horses in media like Umamusume, My Little Pony, and the horse race tests, not to mention the slew of lesser horse girl media out there. Now the question is, why? As we've touched on, people largely enjoy horse girls as a form of entertainment, but there are those that enjoy it in a more academic
Unlike Chatty, I'm more than just entertainment to them. I'm for real their wife. They would watch me if I was just watching paint dry. Isn't that right, Chatty?
Horse girls in such a way. And to answer this and lay the foundation of our lecture here today, I went to the archival department here at the Ligma University to get something. Let me show you this.
I love his Astolfo collection. I have to respect
on
it.
A particular archival website for My Little Pony, and as you can see here, there are exactly 257,518 results as
That's
of
less
the
than I
recording
thought.
of this lecture for My Little Pony, particularly. So it goes without saying that My Little Pony, just a small subsection of horse girls, is quite popular, and I think we can come to the conclusion that horse girls in general are viewed in such a light.
Well, Chatty, I'm supposed to believe that none of you have been on that website and seen what he's talking about? I don't know, man.
So the question is why? Why horse girls specifically? After all,
why
there are
horse
plenty
girls
of
specifically is
humanoid
right.
Characters like cat girls, as well as
I think those are better.
dog girls. And with these
cat girls are better.
Yes, people do find them particularly enticing to varying degrees, but we do not see the same level of enthusiasm we see with horse girls. You know, there is no cat girl Fantasia video game that everyone is playing and posting about on Twitter. There is no dog girl wolves galore cartoon show that people have been watching for the past years and years and years. No, that is reserved for horse girls particularly. So I want to answer the question, why? What is it about horse girls particularly that grips the audiences so? Students, if you're anything like me, you have a lot.
It's crazy because there's real life horse race gambling, and then they took that and they said, we can make that happen with like anime girls. And then they did the exact same thing. So now there's gambling and mobile game for horse girl.
Of academic research to do throughout your day, a lot of hard work. Educating the masses, of course, and I often find myself tired, needing a little boost, and something to quench my
gambling.
thirst. Well, today's sponsor is...
Code Lucy, 10% off. I feel like am I legally obligated to let this happen? Am I legally... Gamer subs, why haven't you sponsored any of my YouTube videos, huh? Oh, why Professor Lando over here? Lucy doesn't have any Gamer Subs YouTube sponsor. ¿Dónde? No sé. Why? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué?
Answer is clear to why we are so attracted to horse girls, and that is because horses.
When's the last time you made a
useful.
YouTube video?
We have
You are so
used
cruel.
horses in a multitude of ways to enhance our lives.
Cruelty
as a
is born in
society.
your blood.
And I believe that this has been ingrained in our DNA, into our genes, as we have evolved beside one another. More than pets or
Horses
simple
are
companions,
useful.
Horses
Oh my god, it's making the perfect woman. So you take woman, sexy, and then horse, useful, and then you have useful woman. It's like novel invention.
have become associated with our survival. And this is what has compelled us, even in modern times, to be so obsessed with horse girls. And so we can
I'm starting to
extrapolate this
understand.
data to come to a conclusion about why horse girls are more popular than other animal pseudo-humanoid characters like cat girls and dog girls. And of course, as with many things, I have a diagram for this. Okay, so here we have a diagram of the amount of desire that people have for the anthro character of the respective animals being
This is
cat
no,
girls, dog girls,
no,
cow girls,
no.
and
This is incorrect. This is incorrect. This is not a good. This is not a good chart. This is bullshit. This is not how the ranking goes at all. Not at all. Are you fucking kidding me? No, cat girls is like up here. Cat girls is like fucking up here. Cowgirls has to be bottom, actually. Then I would put dogs here. And I guess, well, I guess Umamusume proves that the horse girls are pretty desired. But, it's not the point.
Horse girls. And over here we have usefulness.
I challenge the data that created this chart.
Particularly useful as an animal. And here at the top being
Sorcerer
extremely
never
useful
fucking
to
happened.
humans.
What the hell?
So let's start here at the bottom. I think it's a common understanding that dogs are historically more useful than cats. They have served as
I think, and this might be crazy, but I think in the grand scheme of history, dogs are also probably more useful than cows?
service animals,
Question
as well as hunted
mark?
alongside humans for hundreds of years. And the conclusion we can draw is that dog girls are markedly more desirable than cat girls, although the margin is
I love
close.
how people
We
are
can look
either
at
like, I
popular
agree, and then
media
everyone
to
else
come
is just
to this
like, absolutely
conclusion.
not, Lucy,
There
this is the
are
dumbest
a
thing you've ever
plethora
fucking said.
of dog-like characters, like the wolf guy from Zenless Zone Zero, Blythe from Elden Ring, the wolf from Bad Guys. There are plenty of examples
Yeah, this is the
of
bow category.
canine-like characters that are consistently popular in modern media. So moving on, we have cows and cowgirls. I think it goes without saying that cows are immensely more useful than dogs, and of course cats. We eat them as food product, eating their steak, their meat, and drinking their sweet, delicious milk. And we've also used them as
Well, then why aren't chickens on here? I'd say chickens are more useful than cows. Put chickens on here instead. Where's the chicken girls? There should be chicken girls. This is a stupid argument. Just because we eat it and because it produces a byproduct that we use, it's the most useful. Literally, then cows and chickens should both be right here. And yet I've never seen a fucking huge ass chicken musume. I've never seen that.
beasts of burden. They've pulled our wagons and farming equipment for generations.
This chart is
And,
bullshit.
due
I
to this
disagree, Professor.
immense
I dissent.
usefulness,
I dissent.
We see very often the marks, the traits of cows and cowgirls being very popular and enticing in modern media. Of course, I am talking
Chickens
about
have nice
the
breasts and
infamous
thighs, and thighs,
cow
you know?
The visage of a cowgirl
The cow
has
keeney's
been
good.
almost associated with lustfulness and a sense of almost primal
And
desire. And not only
bursting
that,
with milk, but
the
that's irrelevant.
association of desire and lust and cowgirls go so hand in hand that we've created a euphemism for an
euphemism.
explicit act called milking. Milking, or the act
Milking
of
the
being
content.
milked as a euphemism, is an incredibly popular joke and practice in modern times as well. And so you might be thinking, Professor Lando, it seems cows are incredibly useful and that desire for cows is extremely high. What makes horses even more desirable?
You know what? I'm gonna take it a step further. Not only do chickens give you eggs and they double as meat, but also chickens eat bugs and I'm not done. Chickens, roosters wake you up in the morning. They're more useful than cows.
And even more useful than cows. And while that might
Chickens,
seem true at
not
first
horses,
glance,
chickens!
people often overlook one key trait about horse girls that sets them apart from the rest.
Yeah, the chickens are annoying,
And that
just like
trait
women.
is
Shut
that
up.
Horse girls have big, huge hearts. They are very loving creatures. Horses have served as loyal companions for all
If you think horses are loving, you've never met one.
human history. And
They've
they
got
have such
hatred in their eyes.
big hearts.
Listen, you strike me as someone who
And
raised
of course,
chickens as a
thank you to
kid.
our
Nope,
Patreon
I'd be
supporters
terrified.
And to these students here in detention for supporting me and my studies here at Ligma University.
Chatty, would you like to be on my detention list? You gotta stay after class. You're in detention. Enlightening video, however, the last chart, big disagree. I just can't imagine agreeing with that, thinking that was at all sensical. I want justice for chicken anime girls, honestly. Okay, so this is an SCP video. People keep sending me these. I swear to God, if I walk out of this without learning anything, I will resent SCP for the rest of my life.
SCP Foundation researcher sits at a table.
Yet another
inside
murder
of a
monster.
standard
Everyone's like, this one's a banger, this one's a banger, and yet they titled it Yet Another Murder Monster, as if it's just run of the mill, as if it's like, yeah, this video, you probably shouldn't watch it. It's just another murder monster. It's just another one of those.
containment cell. These are often dangerous places to be.
Okay.
Especially when the SCP you're supposed to be studying is
That
one
monster
you
is
can't
kind of
see.
nice looking,
The
actually.
researcher is taking
shadow of
notes, unsure of exactly what is going to happen next. He can hear the
Hydrate.
sounds of knives scraping behind, of flesh sizzling and searing from high heat. He braces himself as a burst of heat hits the back of his head, as if a fireball has erupted. An object
My
floats
head!
through the air and settles in front of him on the table. It's a plate of food.
Okay,
and
he's
it
literally,
looks delicious.
bro.
It may surprise you to learn that there is no rule
These
that the
animations
SCP
get me,
Foundation
man.
must deal exclusively with violent and vicious creatures. Not every SCP held in containment
one's so
shares the
cute!
same
Oh my
malevolence and contempt for
God!
humanity as SCP-682,
Can we adopt them?
or the world-ending threat posed by the likes of SCP-2317. Some, perhaps not many, but some.
He's got a
are
fatty,
benign and
holy.
might even seem
What an ass.
outwardly friendly. But you'd still be taking a huge risk to assume that anything contained by the SCP Foundation is completely harmless.
That's literally just me.
Such is the case with SCP-5031.
Oh,
As
this
per
one's
the
good.
Foundation's containment
Oh, I see why you
procedures,
wanted me to watch this one.
quasi-humanoid, meaning it appears to have some vaguely human features, is held in an airtight cell that is regularly checked by Foundation personnel on a bi-weekly basis. SCP-5031
Let
has
me
no
guess.
need for regular
The female
nutrition
personnel
or regular
insist
interaction
on
from
checking on this
staff.
one?
The trick with SCP-5031 is not being eaten.
No, no, no. It's so
Since, though, it
dangerous.
doesn't
You
need
shouldn't,
food,
sir. You're so important
it
to
does
this
still
company.
hunt and consume anything it encounters, human or otherwise. Avoiding being eaten is hard enough with creatures that can actually be seen. But like so many other
Why
creatures
did they
the
put
Foundation
boxing
keeps
gloves on, bro?
contained, SCP-5031 has developed an almost
Oh my
perfect
God, it has
defense
boobs.
mechanism, which is when observed, it will literally cease to exist. Some might choose to refer to this as a quantum lock. However, it is worth noting that traces left by
Schrodinger's
SCP-5031 still remain observable when the creature has temporarily disappeared. For example, trails of blood and scratch marks left behind by SCP-5031 still exist when the SCP itself does not. Naturally, this makes both avoiding the creature and capturing it using cameras difficult. However, when SCP-5031's existence ceases, it still casts a shadow. From this, researchers have been able to determine several of the creature's physical traits.
Okay.
Based on its silhouette, it has been deduced that SCP-5031 levitates about half a meter above ground
It is
level,
very sexy
sports
to
an
levitate.
abnormally small necklace head atop an
Oh,
elongated torso,
why does it have a...
approximately 1.9 meters long, with 3 sets of spindly
Everything
lower
reminds me of
arms that
her.
branch outwards. Using these arms and its loosely hanging body,
That's a mouse.
SCP-5031 will lower itself to hunt any human or animal that draws near to it, and uses the blade-like tail to cut up food.
Oh my God, that's useful!
Perhaps the most interesting facet of SCP-5031 beyond its defensive capabilities and apparent
It's just
physical
some random
attributes
creature trying to
were
live
the
its life.
series of 9
Let it go.
tests conducted by senior researcher Stanley Huxtable.
Fruit
appalled by the
Ninja
conditions that
SCP
the
is
creature was being kept
crazy.
in. Huxtable took over the role of HCL supervisor for SCP-5031. Having grown increasingly frustrated and empathetic towards the creature, listening to its screams from
Empathetic.
inside its iron containment unit, Huxtable devised a
I'm
series
telling
of
you,
tests
they're
to
starting a
introduce
relationship with this thing.
SCP-5031 to various different stimuli as a way to better understand the creature, and hopefully keep it contained in a way that didn't seem to cause so much suffering.
What is this
It's worth
animation?
remembering that the SCP Foundation
I'm not
makes
even
its mission
crazy.
to
They're
be
making it
cold,
look weird.
not cruel, in performing their duties to protect normality. And many of the researchers and staff are just as capable of
But
having
she's
empathy for
real
creatures
to me.
as you might for a stray animal at a shelter.
Aw,
The first of
cat.
Huxtable's tests involved installing
Poodle, thank you for the
speakers in
42 months, I appreciate it.
SCP-5031
Okay,
cell,
chat name
through
one
which a
of the
variety of
SCPs you
different
absolutely
ambient
would.
The Lucy Pyre SCP, which is the one that emerges from the darkness whenever you're posting about who you want to fuck in my chat.
installing speakers in SCP-5031 cell, through which a variety of different ambient and popular pieces of music were played to see if they had any effect on reducing
Do
the
they
creature's
like
stress.
music?
By
Do
judging
you like
SCP-5031
Bohemian Rhapsody?
stress levels based on how much it screamed when compared to normal.
That's
Huxtable was able to
crazy.
determine how to best use
They're
music
fucking
to calm
torturing
the
it.
creature. SCP-5031 seemed to convey
They hate
higher
that
levels
music,
of stress
forcing my
when
fucking
listening to
SCP to
Morning
listen to
Forest,
Taylor
Deep
Swift because
Lava,
I hate
and
it.
Seaside Paradise ambience, as well as the best of late 60s British rock band Jethro Tull. However, the best of Mozart, Enya, Kiss, and Ben Folds produced dramatically different results, decreasing SCP-5031's apparent
I love
stress.
it! Oh
Following
my god,
this test,
Mozart!
senior researcher Huxtable compiled a playlist featuring SCP-5031's favorite music. Over time, the stress-reducing effects of music on SCP-5031 seemed to decrease, but keeping the playlist on shuffle seemed to keep the creature consistently calmer than it had been previously.
What?
The next test involved introducing inanimate objects into SCP-5031's
How does this track?
enclosure to monitor its reactions and how its stress levels were affected. When a softball was thrown into the
Does
enclosure,
it just play ball?
SCP-5031 immediately
Develops an
sliced
interest
the
in
ball
baseball?
in two with its tail in one swift motion.
Damn it, thought it was a
A similar
watermelon.
result occurred when researchers threw the creature a basketball, which was quickly punctured and sliced open by SCP-5031's
No
tail.
way?
Its stress levels first seemed to diminish when the creature was offered a bowling ball, which it rolled around the enclosure and then later knocked it against a second bowling ball.
It really doesn't
However,
understand sports.
when one of the balls chipped, rendering it unable to roll properly, SCP-5031's stress increased dramatically until a replacement was
It's a
offered.
perfectionist! Oh
Researcher
my
Huxtable
god!
noted
Wait,
that SCP-5031
It's so
seemed to
relatable.
possess a similar level
It's
of motor
not
skills to an
perfect.
average human
It's
toddler,
not
with similarly
perfect.
explosive emotional reactions to match. Next, when given the choice between two food sources at opposite ends of its enclosure, SCP-5031 seemed to gravitate towards higher quality food. Most
what the
notably,
hell? It's
favored
literally
cooked
just a
rotisserie
person.
chickens
What
over
the
animal
fuck? It's a
carcasses.
human being! Let
even
it
chose this
go!
option over a live chicken, using its tail to cut its food into more manageable
What the hell?
bite-sized portions.
You eat the
rather
bones
than
and all?
ripping its meat with its hands or teeth like many of its fellow SCPs. Researcher Huxtable recorded these findings and highlighted that, even though SCP-5031 didn't need to eat in order to survive,
It's a
providing the creature
person.
with food of
It's
a
a
better
person.
quality marginally reduced its stress.
Marginally?
Senior
Then why do
researcher
it?
Huxtable
It's a lot of
next
money.
attempted to test SCP-5031's coexistence with other living subjects, each time making sure that the creature had been adequately fed to avoid any unseemly incidents. First, a live
There it
chicken
is, the
was
chicken
introduced.
girl.
SCP-5031 rolled its bowling ball at high speed towards the chicken, increasing both its and the chicken's stress levels, and inadvertently killing the chicken in the process.
No.
When a second chicken was introduced, SCP-5031 gently rolled a basketball towards it,
Animal
but ceased
cruelty.
any further engagement after the chicken squawked from being hit by the ball. Next to be introduced into the
learned! He
enclosure
just
was a
wanted to
blindfolded
play!
D-class staff member, who was instructed to sit down and roll the basketball towards
No.
SCP-5031. After doing so for several minutes,
Ain't no
the
way.
creature
That's
began
crazy.
to approach the D-class subject, who was instructed to remove their blindfold to cease the creature's existence and prevent any potentially deadly incidents. Finally, researcher Huxtable had another Class D engage in a game of catch with SCP-5031 while facing away from the creature. This test proceeded successfully, and senior researcher Huxtable
This is
remarked
just
how
a human being with autism, I
SCP-5031's
think.
motor skills were improving, albeit gradually.
And they're performing
with
cruel
some gentle
experiments on
encouragement.
it.
Through Huxtable's tests, the creature was learning. The next test, focused on teaching SCP-5031 linguistic symbols, utilized LCD displays and
We're
buttons
teaching him
connected
English
to a
now.
food dispenser. One display showed an image of a rock, and the other an image of a rotisserie chicken. After some brief probing, SCP-5031 was quickly able to understand that pressing the button under the correct display would dispense a rotisserie chicken for it to eat. The creature was later able to adapt when, the following day,
He loves
the screen
rotisserie
displays
chicken, but
and
would
materials
refuse to
dispensed
eat the
were
chicken
swapped,
he fucking
and then later
killed.
set to swap at random intervals. When additional rock dispensing stations were introduced, this time displaying the word rock as opposed to an image, SCP-5031 was able to determine which station dispensed chicken through a process of elimination. Whenever the functions and displays were swapped, SCP-5031 would find whichever displayed the word chicken to receive its food. The final phase of this test presented SCP-5031 with a single station, displaying the word chicken, but with a button that would remain inactive.
What the fuck is this video, dude? What the fuck is this video? Genuinely, is this like a troll post? Is this like, who made this SCP? Who wrote this shit?
The button would not dispense food when pressed.
Made up lore? Yeah, just like everything else in the SCP universe, but this is taking the fucking cake.
Not only activating the button and dispensing food, but proving to researcher Huxtable that the creature was capable of learning language.
Chicken.
Huxtable continued to test the creature, encouraging it to spell words using lettered blocks as a method of communicating. By increasing SCP-5031's vocabulary and the amount of human interaction,
why are they training it to have so much power?
Observed that SCP-5031 was gradually learning to sing, albeit non-verbally, as well as to juggle with its 6 hands, and was even communicating its food preferences and dish pairings.
Go on. So it likes that? It likes Celine Dion?
Class D, D52125, was introduced to SCP-5031's enclosure to aid in further testing.
They're fucking giving this SCP brain rot. Like, next they're gonna be playing TikToks and shit, and it's just gonna be spamming 6767, lizard, lizard, lizard. Nothing beats a jet to holiday. And right now,
through D52125's instructions,
this is
quickly
torture.
learned to draw using crayons and created artworks depicting itself, its newfound friend D52125, researcher Huxtable, a cat, and a rotisserie chicken. SCP-5031's new creative side didn't stop there, though, as the creature quickly learned to play chopsticks in only 2 days.
Oh my god.
Once a piano was introduced.
Why?
Into the
What have you done?
SCP-5031 even managed to start creating its own original.
So this is the origin of the pianos that play themselves.
Was placed inside the creature's cell, and D52125 demonstrated how to season meat. This proved to be SCP-5031's new favorite hobby,
is this?
as it spent the next 3 days experimenting with different combinations of foods and spices.
This is
using its letter blocks
bullshit!
to request more garlic powder. Interestingly, the creature only created artwork or music when D52125 was present, but seemed to thoroughly enjoy its experimentation with food when left alone. Following this development, senior researcher Huxtable devised a new test for SCP-5031.
You've lost SCP privileges from Lucy. This has lost you SCP privileges.
D52125 to demonstrate.
What the
5031 was shown how to prepare a variety of different dishes, from hamburgers and tacos.
Guys, what if
to
we made an
Mongolian
SCP
beef,
that's basically just a
steak,
person,
clam
but like we
chowders,
made him
and
look
profiteroles.
creepy?
In addition to a small peanut allergy, this 8th test revealed SCP-5031 to be a phenomenal chef, possessing culinary skills far beyond the average person. The creature quickly
I
and
hate this so
enthusiastically
fucking much.
embraced
I
its
hate
newfound
it.
talents,
Who submitted
concocting
this?
its very
Who
own
fucking
brand new
submitted this?
recipes, with D52125
Show yourself.
even
Show
volunteering
yourself
to be
if
the
you're not a
first to
coward.
taste test 5031's dishes. It was shortly after this test.
Yeah, the Gordon
that
Ramsay SCP, and what is the purpose? What is the use?
First word. And it should come as no surprise that the word was salt. Naturally, senior researcher Huxtable was very proud of the progress the creature had made with its development. The final test almost seemed to be what the creature was born for. Over the course of 2 months, SCP-5031 was tasked
Please
with
tell me there's
creating
a plot
full
twist. Please
3-course
tell me
meal,
there's a big plot
which would
twist
then
and he's
be
not
served to
literally
Foundation
Gordon
staff for
Ramsay the
Thanksgiving.
SCP. Please, I don't want Shadi to be right.
SCP-5031 not only rose to the task, but exceeded all of researcher Huxtable's expectations, creating a meal that even Gordon Ramsay would be hard-pressed
They
to
even
find
mention
fault with.
him by name.
The creature created a first course consisting of sweet potato miso soup seasoned with turmeric. Next came a beautiful
I don't
duck
give a
confit,
fuck what he
glazed
seasoned it
luxuriously
with. Are
apple
you
cider,
kidding me?
and topped generously with sweet cranberry compote, paired with a side of butternut squash gnocchi and served on a bed of kales seasoned with truffle salt. The grand finale of the exquisite meal was a spiced cassava pie for dessert.
Oh, what?
Complemented with the finest French vanilla ice cream and a maple hazelnut syrup.
Thank you. Wow, I can practically
didn't
taste it
stop
on my
there.
tongue.
The creature also debuted one of its original musical compositions to complement the decadent meal it had created. As the staff enjoyed the food, SCP-5031 performed live from its enclosure the deeply moving Piano Concerto for 6 hands, to an overwhelmingly positive response from not only senior researcher Huxtable, but the entire Foundation staff. As a fitting end to the creature's tale, Huxtable reported that, during the Thanksgiving banquet it had created, SCP-5031's stress levels reduced entirely. New, kinder containment measures that would keep 5031 safer but also far more contented were submitted for approval. Perhaps some of you may find it refreshing to learn that SCP-5031 isn't simply just another malicious, malevolent monster that the Foundation has to
I
keep
hate you
under
so
lock and
much.
key for
I
the
hate you
safety of the
so
world.
fucking much. I hate you.
Instead,
I hate you. I
SCP-5031
despise
is a
you.
gentle, if a little
I don't
frightening
care.
at first,
I don't
creature
want
that
a
just
gentle
requires
SCP.
careful and considered guidance
I don't want a
instead of
gentle
cold
SCP.
iron
I don't want him to
cage and
cook me
around-the-clock
anything.
armed guards. Through testing, senior researcher Stanley Huxtable and his fellow Foundation staff were not only able to help the creature develop, but also found what makes it tick, and not just for the purposes of containment. Instead, it is hoped that SCP-5031's creativity and flair for
They're
culinary
out there
and musical
treating SCPs
masterpieces
better
can
than real
continue to
fucking
thrive
people
and
in the
grow.
laboratories, by the
Under
way.
proud watch
Your
of
tax
researcher
dollars at
Huxtable.
work, SCP
Now for
people,
something from the
universe.
more terrifying
Literally,
archives
your
of the-
fucking tax dollars being used to teach this creature how to fucking become a gourmet chef instead of anything else. Horrific, just awful, just the worst, just terrible. I tested your most dangerous video ideas. This feels like very normie content, but it was submitted to me, so I'm looking at it.
How you going? It's that time
You
of
probably shouldn't repeat any of this that you're about to see, by
year
the way.
again when one of my video ideas isn't working out and is taking
video is
way
rage bait?
longer
No
than
shit.
I expected.
Sorry, can you let me
It's
get the car?
bird! Oh my god, cute bird! Cute bird! Cute bird! Cute bird!
Yeah, can you move? Can I put it there, please?
Oh my god.
But I still want to make money this month and meet a sponsor deadline.
That
so
bird was
today, I'm
helpful.
listening to you
You do?
and stealing
Mirage,
your
welcome.
ideas and testing how smart you are.
Breezer bra for milk
So you're
slushies.
saying if
What?
it's a cold environment, it will come out like a slushie? Yes, okay.
Okay, now most of your suggestions can be categorized into 2 piles. Either things that I'm not capable of doing, or a
Atomic bomb. Build a submarine to solve the diplomatic crisis going on right now. Fix my mental state. Attempting to surpass the speed of light in any way would be cool to see. This is how it feels sometimes when Shaddy talks.
assassination
get it.
requests.
Assassinate the queen. Assassinate the queef. Punch a baby.
The last of which I'm definitely
Kill
not
Annoying
doing.
Orange on YouTube? I thought he was already
For
dead.
free. Which left me with a handful of bad ideas.
Oh. What is
The
this?
first suggestion comes
What is this
from
trying
an
to show?
anonymous emailer who just sent
Treadmill
me this
sander?
screenshot of a treadmill belt sander. And I love it. Not only is this idea dangerous with the potential of finally grinding away my foot fingers, but I reckon it could actually just be a great cheap
Why would
way
you
of
do
building
this?
a strong belt
Is this what you
sander.
guys want when you ask for feet on
So the
stream?
first
Is
thing
this
I
what
did
you
was
wanted?
grab a
Is that what you
$50
wanted?
treadmill from Facebook Marketplace and stuff it into my car, breaking a light. And now all I need to do is somehow turn this belt into sandpaper. And at
Okay.
first I thought I could try just gluing sand onto it.
No,
but
I'm
after making a
invested.
test piece with some PVC glue and sand on paper, I really don't like my chances of covering a whole belt.
Oh, it hurts. It's like I'm sanding myself.
Oh, that's true, because you have
So
to. You
instead,
need
I
so
took
much
down the
sandpaper
measurements
for
of the
that.
treadmill belt.
It'll make you feel like you're running on concrete. Chatty, if you were getting paid $1 million,
And then
would you
sent them
run
off
on a
to
sand
man
mill
that
treadmill
loves
for
sand
2
and
hours?
asked him to make the most abrasive belt that he could.
Sandpaper
And 1 week
treadmill.
later, I got
can't
this in
speak
the mail.
words. No. Yes. Well, this guy's basically doing it for free. He's doing it for ad revenue, which is like $2.
Okay, then I just carefully took apart the treadmill. Making sure to leave all the spiders exactly where they were, and then fitted
that's
the new
huge!
belt onto it.
Why don't they just sell the product like on Amazon? I found it very inconvenient that they don't just have a sandpaper
it's
treadmill
done.
on Amazon for
Actually quite
purchase.
nice.
So let's see how it works.
He's Australian? Oh, true. I just realized the accent isn't British.
Nice.
You see, I can always tell when someone's Australian. When they're Australian, they don't have that sense of smug contempt in their voice as much.
So I adjusted the belt to stop it scraping and tried again.
That is
Don't be shy. Now you have to walk on it. Oh god. Oh god!
And I couldn't hold the piece of wood still, so I made some support to help me do that.
I feel bad. I feel
And
like
with
I'm
that, it
participating
worked
in
really
war
well,
crimes by
and
watching
sanded
this.
away an inch of wood in a matter of seconds. And it's so awesome that this thing actually makes a fantastic belt sander while also retaining
my
the original charm and
God!
purpose of the treadmill, helping you grind away
You're
your
putting
body
your
weight.
feet on that?
So
Dude, it's
I
so
decided
over.
I
It's
need
so
to run on
fucking
it.
over.
It doesn't feel that bad.
And I'm not actually that worried, as I figure as long as
Hey,
I
Merrick,
keep
thanks for
up
the
with the
15 months, I
speed of
appreciate
the
it.
belt, it shouldn't actually grind away my feet. If anything, I'll get more grip and potentially
There's
set
a
a
torture
new world
device.
record.
The US government has sent him an email asking to purchase this device for, quote, no specific reason other than interest.
It just sticks to my feet. Oh shit.
Why is he doing this? Content. He uploaded it. Stop! 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 Yamano! 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 Please! Please, no! No! Don't do this to yourself! Stop! Stop! Stop!
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Okay.
Suggestion number 2 is already my favorite on paper and comes from Queef Chief in my Discord server, who wants me to make an emergency hot dog that heats up
Queef Chief. Wow! Emergency hot dog that heats up when you crack them like a glow stick. How?
when you crack it like a glow stick. And I'm honestly not sure why this doesn't exist already. It sounds like the perfect food for wealthy castaways or for people that are just sick of eating glow sticks.
Yeah, it sounds a lot
Don't worry,
cooler
Queef Chief,
than
I've got your
sandpaper
back. And to
treadmill
do
at
this, I
least.
think I'm going to need some hot dogs and some dangerous chemicals. And when I mix in this chemical, which is definitely not sodium hydroxide, it should hopefully get hot enough to warm up the hot dog. So I looked up the perfect temperature of a hot dog, which is actually a pretty tricky question to answer. And I found scientific papers that have been done on this exact subject.
Has to be a joke.
And no one seems to agree, and it changes depending on where you are in the world, like New York, Australia, or China. But I settled for a target somewhere in the middle, around 70 degrees. And this water with the chemical reaches a crazy 129 degrees Celsius, which is definitely
Chemistry
hot
is
enough.
crazy.
And now I wanted to check how that temperature feels on my hot dog.
Oh! Chatty, what did he mean by this?
Perfect. Next, I need a water bag that I can pop easily to mix with the solution. So I cut open the instant cold packs and stole the little water bag. And now I just realized that if I mix these chemicals together in a confined space like I was planning, they might just explode. So I decided to test it first.
Imagine that this video never got uploaded. Because it exploded his entire house.
Didn't explode. That is so hot. Wow.
And I didn't die, which is good. So now I need a bag to put the hot dog and chemicals in. And glow sticks come in fantastic heat sealable bags. And I tried to buy some of these, but you can only order them in units of 10,000 or more. And I'm not ready
10,000?
to become a full-time hot dog business yet, but I think I can probably make my own bag. If I
You
get
just
some
can't get
plastic
started
like
in indie
this and
industry,
run a
man.
solder
It's
along
so
it, it sticks
expensive.
together. So I just did this to create a pocket, and then drew what I would want my packaging to look like, then put the hot dog
Crack
and chemicals
dog!
inside, then sealed up the other end, and here we have it, the crack dog.
The crack dog.
Named this
15
because it
cents.
looks like it's filled with crack.
How are we gonna turn
So
a profit
I decided
again?
I was hungry and ready to test it out.
Is this safe to eat? I'm gonna go off the limb and say no.
Look, it's hot. Well, it's getting hot. 68 degrees in the bag. Let's leave it like that for a while.
Take a
Crack
bite.
how delicious hot dog
Forbidden
is.
hot dog, literally. Ugh. Oh God. Oh God.
Touch that. No. Ah. Alright. It's actually hot.
No way. No way.
That's good.
It's actually. You said it wasn't safe to eat!
And that worked perfectly. The hot dog was nice and hot. The only problem was that sodium hydroxide is a highly poisonous, corrosive substance that causes skin burns. 0 out of 10.
Why?
Suggestion number 3 comes from an anonymous mailer who suggests I do a NordVPN sponsorship and get money.
That is a great...
That's crazy. And here I thought he was doing this all for the ad rev. NordVPN sponsors human self-torture. Insane.
Number 4 comes
What
from
the
Twitter,
fuck is
where
that?
I asked all of you for suggestions on the most dangerous ways of cutting my lawn, and I received thousands of comments. Some were bad,
Can you put them on?
and others were also bad, but one stood out as the worst.
A Roomba covered in knives. Use a chainsaw with your feet. I've always dreamt of doing it using high-powered lasers or maybe a laser mower. Ingest the grass, all of it. I reckon using an upside-down helicopter would be pretty dangerous. Machete helicopter blades. I don't think this guy's fan base gives a shit about him.
From William
Like,
Wade
at all.
999, who wants me to get one of those kids ankle hopping games, but
Those
put a
are
machete
painful.
on the end
Those
and then cut my lawn. So I went to Toys R Us and bought one of their ankle hoppers, but they were out of machetes, so I bought one of their kitchen
Terrible
knives instead,
idea!
and then bought another one to open the packaging.
No. Wait. These are so dull that maybe it'll just give, like, surface
Then I
level
removed
cuts.
the blade and attached it to the rope, and then got the ball
Yeah, you better
and
jump.
attached it to the handle. And now I have the world's most dangerous
I like
kids
to live
toy
life
and
on the edge.
funnest kitchen knife. So before I try using it and risk cutting off my ankles, I thought I should do a practice warm-up.
Okay.
Great, let's do this. And I did
There's
actually
nothing
mow my
to
lawn
even
recently,
cut.
but I left a little section just for this test.
Okay.
And this goes without saying, but I am a trained professional, and my family has been cutting their lawns like this for generations, so do not try this at home.
Why would you do this? Jesus Christ. It's such a fucking bad idea. Why? Chatty, why?
And I can actually manage to keep it going, so I decided to try and
No.
cut the grass.
No. It's probably just gonna start and stop too much. Chatty. Whoever sent this in is a
And I couldn't
psychopath.
spin it on the grass, so I went back to the concrete and decided that I can move in once the blade is spinning.
So I'll bring it into it.
The damage is done.
You cut my foot, but not the grass. 1
Damn.
out of 10.
Yeah. Not very effective, I guess.
On to the last suggestion. And I think I have no choice now but to go with Clumsy Ninja's suggestion from my Patreon and make a machine that can chew for me. So I
What?
looked up some machines that already do this,
Ew.
and all of them just make me feel very, very uncomfortable. So I've decided I'm going with a non-humanoid looking one, using a blender, a welder, not my helmet, this tube, and some metal. So first, I cut open the top of the helmet and removed the brain.
Remember to
So I
always
have
wear a
space
helmet,
to put
Chatty,
in the
or some
blender.
weird
Now I need a hole in
YouTuber
the
might
blender
pull
so
your
the
brain
tube
out.
can funnel the delicious mush into my mouth. And to make this hole, I got a whole bit and just put it in the blender and turned it on. And now I have this hole, which is actually kind of terrifying as it gives me
Yeah.
direct access to the blade when it's spinning.
Why?
So I decided I would do the same test as with the hot dog and see if it's working all right.
Wait, Chatty. Question. So with a hole this size, is this average, would you say?
Blade when it's spinning. So I decided I would do the same test as with the hot dog and see if it's working all right.
It's too big.
Perfect. Then I placed the whole thing in the helmet and attached the tube.
This is
All
awful.
right. Then I cut these metal
This is
pieces
the
and
worst.
placed it together in perfect right angles and welded. And again, and again. Then I gave it a coat of paint, sanded it down, and finally was left with this. So let's go test it out.
Okay. What the hell? This is actually quite possibly the worst thing. This is the worst
for the
fucking
test,
thing.
I chucked in some berries, some banana, and some yogurt.
Ew, 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 ew. Ew, ew. That's gotta be so uncomfortable. This is so disgusting. I feel like I'm watching a snuff film.
It hurts my head so much.
Yeah, no shit.
I have a headache. 5 out of 10.
Charlie, welcome.
Okay,
Why
and
do
now
you
for the
look
winner.
like that
and they
right
are all
now?
bad ideas. And only all together do they barely create a video. So the winner is NordVPN. And I'm not
It's
just saying
so
that
over.
because they were the only people on the list not to injure me, but they also gave me a lot of money.
Yeah. It's nice when sponsors give you money. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. It's pretty cool. So what the hell is this? A giant Pacific octopus? Ah!
Back my hands. You can give me back my hands.
Ah!
Oh my god, look at your arms. You're slimy.
Why would you send me this? Why would you send me
Yeah,
this?
you're
Why would you
slimy.
send me this? Why would you
She's so
send me
strong.
this? Why would you send me this?
When they're interacting with you,
Why
they
does it look
squirt
like a
water at
brain?
you and just like that.
I can't believe octopus,
Hi everyone,
they
welcome
squirt.
to the
That's
Moray Bay
crazy.
Aquarium. My name is Rene.
Void,
and
thank you so much
today
for the
we're gonna
5,000
be
biddies.
meeting our giant Pacific
I appreciate it. Also, Gavgeek, thanks for the half year anniversary.
octopuses. I take care of them, and we're gonna meet in Chica here.
Do you prefer
So, please
alien
join me
tentacles or
behind the
octopus
scenes.
tentacles? Lucy, are you into literal animals or do you prefer alien creatures that aren't real? I'll let you figure that out yourself.
Okay, so we are here. This is behind the scenes of a giant Pacific octopus exhibit.
This
And
guy,
right now
this
we have
guy.
Chica right by the windows. So we're gonna see if she would like to come and say hi. The target is this.
I'm just thinking about how these things
tool
have
that help
societies
us,
in the ocean. Literal
train the animals.
octopolis.
She can recognize the target and come to us so we can say hi to her. And also it's a good way for us to evaluate her health. Hi, you wanna come?
Are the
We lower
wait?
the
You
target
guys
in the
think this
water,
is cute?
And you can see that she's changing her color.
scare me. They scare me.
She changes color to show mood, to show that she's excited, that she's
What?
comfortable.
I think
She
you're
comes
projecting.
voluntarily. As you can see, I'm not holding her, she's holding me. And that's
This guy thinks he's
something
special to the
that is
octopus.
amazing
He's
about
like,
them.
I'm
They can take
different.
the
She
decision
likes
to
me.
Interact with you. I have a feeling that she recognizes me, which is to me, that's pretty cool. So I come in the mornings and I like to play music and I play some salsa because I love salsa.
Salsa?
It spices up my mornings. She seems to have a positive reaction to the music. They can send sounds from 4 to 1,000 hertz.
I don't think that's salsa, or is it?
Actually sense that. She might be able to identify maybe with the music, not sure, but I put my phone and I'll play the music, the salsa, and then
That's
as she
bachata.
comes and
Oh my God, you guys know so
interacts with
much.
me, it's a good way for us to check her muscles, to check her body, her eyes, her skin. And I use her arms to move them back and forth. And
I
she
mean,
just
it's
greets
decent
me
music,
with her
I can't
suckers.
lie.
She'll grab it
Stop!
really
Don't
hard,
say it like that!
And then we do a little dance until one of us get tired, which is usually me.
You're being weird. You're being weird. I don't think the octopus understands what a dance is. It just knows you're putting your arms in there and touching it and you're moving it around. Okay, you're being weird.
Because she doesn't want to leave sometimes. So now we're gonna see if she's like some seafood.
That's the only
She
reason it
eats
likes you.
really good, about 7% of my weight a week. She's eating some food, but she's definitely here just for the interaction. This is a
You know what? Anime's great because it omits the ugly details of life. Like, it lacks definition in all of the best ways. I really hate, like, how high quality the video is because I can see everything in these tentacles, and I don't like it. I don't like what I see.
Good enrichment for them because they're using their muscles, they're using their senses to come for the food.
Stop!
The
Stop!
sucker senses the chemicals in your skin. Pretty much she can sense the taste of your
That's
skin.
interesting.
Anyone who comes and experiences how the suckers feel like, they say it's something like they never experienced before.
No shit!
And it's almost a sensation of a bonding with the animal. Like shrimp or you like salmon? Maybe a shrimpy? Maybe a shrimpy. Maybe a shrimpy. This one? Yes.
What does that count as? Is that like farting or is that squirting? Whatever noise
Working
she just
with
made
animals is amazing. I love it. That's my passion.
She's
I
so
went back
wrinkly.
To school to study
You know, maybe
biology
this
with
is
the
bad.
sole
Maybe
purpose
other
of,
octopus are kind of
becoming
like
a
pretty,
marine
but this one is so
biologist
ugly. This
to
one's
work in an
hideous. I'm
aquarium.
sorry.
My dream was to be here at the Moray Bay Aquarium, and here I am with my dream job, working with amazing creatures.
Yeah,
and
actual hag
getting
octopus.
here is
Maybe.
not easy, but it's
Could be.
Something that anyone can do. So kids stay in school.
Ow! Ow!
Thanks for watching, and if you would like to learn more about the giant Pacific octopuses,
No, I gotta read the comments. I gotta read the comments. Oh, they like. Oh, they. Oh, they're all supportive. That octopus really loves him the way she embraced him after he stroked her head. It's so precious, heart, heart. I even feel like she understands speech because she literally splashed right when he was saying she does that sometimes. I feel like they are way more intelligent than we care to believe. I love that he literally has a true bond and friendship with her. The stimulation is not just for the muscles, it's for her mental well-being also. Maybe I'm a bad person. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the bad person. Because I'm just like, she's ugly, but the comments are like, wow, look at the bond between man and octopus. But I'm just focused on all the wrong things. Yeah, am I irredeemable? Is this irredeemable behavior from me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chatty. I don't mean to be so focused on how ugly and disgusting this thing looks. It's ugly. She's ugly! And I'll never change my mind. I'll never change my mind. Ugly! Yeah, maybe I do still hate it. Okay, so I'm gonna watch this one, then we'll save these two for the next react as well. Possibly, potentially. What the hell is this, by the way?
Fate places his hands
Okay.
on the rim of the bowl
On
and
the rim of the
releases
bowl.
his bowels into the toilet of time.
Wait, why does it sound
Spreads
exactly like
a
it?
roaring tempest, like 1,000 fursuits storming the halls of a Marriott hotel. A man needs a sword, and a sword is a strong, independent black woman who needs no man. Two souls face each other head-on in fateful battle. A third doom scrolls awkwardly on his phone in the corner. I'm not reading that one. The juicy burger of ambition is placed under the nose of a blind
Coward.
man and snatched away, leaving him forever haunted by the first bite that could have been. Anyway, here's Wonderwall. His life but a reverberating fart, echoing through the halls of time. Trapped in a small cage with 6 children and nothing
You
to
own this
eat,
copy?
he
This is so
emerged 3
nostalgic.
days later victorious as the lone survivor. 2 people fight. 2 souls stand like towers as fate crashes into the Instagram of history tagged
The
her
Instagram
story.
of
Now
history
she
tagged
continues
her
her
story.
featured quest for repentance and for peace for her mutuals and eternal bestie. Betrayed by greed, he now roams the land, seeking
Yes, I did play
retribution
Soul
for
Calibur
his
on the GameCube.
stolen
I don't know if that's 1 or 2.
Marijuana has been detected by your Nintendo GameCube system. Place the controller
true.
on the floor and step away from
It's
the
2,
console.
then yes.
To eat cement in his early youth, he now bears the weight of this curse for all eternity. The taste
Damn.
of stone still burns. Casted out of home by his former spouse, he now seeks the power of the cursed blade to reclaim his offspring and lost lover.
Uh-huh.
You again? I've had enough of you.
Damn.
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores.
Or just one!
Or just one.
Final battle. Fight.
See? I memorized this. She was so cute to me, this girl.
What the fuck?
I remember this scene.
Battle. Fight. Soul Calibur 2.
I was attracted to, what was her name? Was it Tara or Tara? The crazy girl. The crazy girl who was in like the spinny thing, and she like swung her hips back and forth, and she was like, sorry sponsor, but she was like sex incarnate. She's Tara? Yeah. She's so, wow, she's everything to me. She was your main? If by main you mean I never played this against anyone, I just played the mode that was in the literal game, and basically I played as all the girls who had like the skirts. I didn't like Ivy. I guess I've always never been a big fan of like the mommy types in games. Yeah, I was into Cassandra and Tira. That's it, bro. Those were my favorites. It is what it is. Sorry. Tira was ungodly hot. I agree. I liked the big guy with the axe. Oh, Rocks. Have pride. Be who you are. Have pride. Be who you are, man. Yeah. Model viewer main, I see. I am actually a model viewer main. Same thing for Dead or Alive. I played as, her name's Kasumi, right? It's Kasumi? Yeah, Kasumi. She was my awakening. I've said this before. I played as her. I like redheads ever since. And I like when you get the peak of the when they're fighting and you get the peak of everyone knows what I'm talking about. I don't see any reason to go into detail because sometimes subtlety is like an art that we're missing. Subtlety is a fine art, and we need to bring it back. Okay? I'm like I said, I'm gonna learn how to become modest, demure, sweet, soft, kind even. Our wife has such base taste in women, don't I though? Don't I? I do. God, Kasumi is so hot. Thank you for agreeing with me. Although if you hadn't agreed with me, you would just be wrong.